Do you want to try it? This is Robin Shinus's project. Her partner was Clinton, you said? Where she helped her partner make eggs in another country, was in New Zealand. I thought the interaction between the two people was very interesting since they were so far apart and made eggs. Did he know what kind of, like, scrambled eggs? Do they eat that very often? Do they eat scrambled eggs very often? Didn't even ask. You just decided what. I really liked how he just pretended like he didn't know where anything was, and you really had to go and find it. And I thought that was pretty interesting, not knowing anything and then just doing it through another person.
What came to my mind when I was... Should we look at the camera? Don't have to look at the camera. Okay. Was the fact that you were controlling him, and that was interesting to me because it's kind of the same basis as my project, so kind of these universal avatar themes, and it's just interesting to be controlling somebody else through like a virtual space into a real space, and so there's many like levels of like manipulation and okay.
What I thought was interesting was like the fact that I like that you played the version where your face was big and he was small, because like making eggs wasn't particularly interesting, but seeing you sort of like experience making eggs in New Zealand was what I thought was interesting. And like I guess that's what is interesting about the project, is like having those experiences in New Zealand without being there, and what that's about. I don't know. Yeah.
Um, I know. The whole thing was like really frustrating for me because he was taking it really seriously, and it was really, really difficult to like, and the quality was kind of bad of the film, so I was like, what is that? Like, I couldn't read anything, and actually his girlfriend was there, and she like helped me out. Like, she would leave things out for me, like a plate on the counter, and that was really nice because I don't know what I would have done without that, but it was cool. It was like really interesting to like be in another place, but I was just sitting on my bed. So that was kind of cool.
I thought it was pretty, like, he did a pretty good job, except for, like, that one part with the spices, and he got the cumin right away. Maybe I missed that bit, but I was like, huh. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Can you hear me?
I found it interesting that there was like no real differences in New Zealand. Like the house could have been like, you could have been sitting on your bed and that could have been like the living room. Like it really had no, there's nothing to place it where it was. So like you really are just trusting that it was, making eggs. I mean, all the way across the, I don't know, the Pacific Ocean, I guess. So it's kind of interesting that like you could have just been tricking everyone and just kind of messing around, but I believe you.
Okay, so one of the things I was thinking about, you set up a pretty interesting system with him, and I think the only thing I found disappointing was I wanted him, there was an expectation that he didn't know anything, that he was maybe just this robot that performed your functions, and that maybe, I like the idea that maybe he didn't even know his own kitchen anymore, or didn't know what food was, or cooking was, or anything. And starting from that, it might have taken a lot longer, and it might have been a lot more mistakes, but I was really interested in you really having to give insanely explicit directions, and that he could perform nothing without the system being followed to like its really logical furthest conclusion. And there were moments where that would happen where he'd just do the illogical thing because he was listening to you. He had to pay attention to you. But yeah, right. but I think that if it went even further, I think maybe the eggs would have had the herb container would have been in with the eggs, and how does he know to do certain small things that we sort of take for granted? Again, it's kind of like the idea of if you imagine that his whole system was broken, like the assignments we've been doing, and had to be remade from scratch, like a computer that needs to be completely reprogrammed, that has no information to start on. It would be interesting to see kind of where that might take it. But besides that, it was interesting to watch your face, because you had this sort of empathy of the experience. Oh, eggs, wow. So it's like you couldn't see his face, so in many ways you were his expressions. So even though he was performing the functions, you were performing his expression, or you were a stand-in for his, expressive capability. So, okay, how much time is on that tape at this point? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Yep.